Hello there. This is a piece of a Jnat, and it was sent to me by a friend of mine to use as a tomo for my shobu. It works really nice for that. The stone is a bit softer, I think, than my shobu, but it's a Jnat, but I don't have a clue what kind of Jnat this is. I know very little about Jnats, and I don't have a clue. I can't look at a Japanese natural stone and even think about trying to tell you or trying to figure out what kind of stone that it is. And I'm likely not to really get to know that much about Jnats that I can do that. They are fairly expensive, so I doubt that I will ever get very many of them. But that's not a big deal. There's so many stones out there that you know you can learn how to use and play around with in a range that I can afford. That's not a big deal to me. If I come across one I can afford and stuff like that, sure, I'll grab it and see. But it's not something that I stay awake at night bemoaning, But what I'm going to do, since I use this as a tomo on my shobu with really good results, I really think that whatever this is would probably make a really nice finisher by itself. And so what I've done, this is my Germania cutlery, the Oxford razor. And I've taken this edge back to an 8K and did 100 passes on the 8K stone. So I'm pretty sure that the edge on this razor now is an 8K edge. And we're just going to finish on this stone. I'm going to take my fine or extra fine or whatever this is. If I can get it out of the package, it's not wanting to come. Just hang on a minute. There we go. This is a D3E extra fine 9 micron 1200 mesh card. And I'm just going to raise a slurry on this little Jnat, because that's what it is. Actually, let's do a little bit more. Alright. And I'm just going to hone this on this thing. That's a small stone. So you got to get creative. But that's all right, and that's going to take me a minute. To learn how to, I could, well, no. Let's see, I could go like this. Yeah, I think that's better. right there. But I just want to see, and I might have to raise a slurry several times on this stone because it's so small that I just might not be able to keep the slurry on it. And that's alright. This is just an experiment. I just want to see. The thing of it is, with honing, you know, people, they want numbers. Oh, do 40 passes this way, and when you're talking about a Jnat or a conical or something with slurry, and dilute the slurry a little bit, and do 20 more, and they want numbers. They want things to be repeatable and consistent, and you're just not going to get that on anything but a synthetic, and you're even not going to get that on a synthetic. There, now you look at that, the slurry's getting, I don't know if you can see it, but the slurry's turned quite dark. But you're not going to get that even on a synthetic. It's going to depend on the razor. But then when you start talking about natural stones, man, forget it. And the thing of it is, one of the fun things about honing in general, is, at least for me, is experimenting and seeing, hey, what can I do with what I have? Like today, I went to my conical, but I used this stone instead of that DMT there to raise a slurry on my conical. And I got either conical slurry or a blend of these two. I believe from the coloration that I got conical, straight conical, that this stone is harder than my particular conical. But who really knows? And to me, that's not the point, because they're both natural stones. So what I would get from it is not that this stone raises that a natural stone, maybe like a conical rubbing stone, if we didn't have this, raises a different kind of slurry, but that the combination of the two stones, this stone and that particular conical, that's going to give me a particular type of edge. And to me, that's the fun of natural stones, is what do all those different stones do, and when you put them together, what can I get? And I'm not counting any strokes or anything of the sort. What I'm doing is paying attention to the feel of the stone. And I want to raise a lighter slurry now. and give that a shot. I just want to know what this stone will do. And that's kind of my philosophy, is I just want to play a bit and just see. And the thing of it is, you know, I mean, if I just wanted to hone a razor, hit a wicked sharp edge, and be done with it, see, that's not working. This side, this works better. Then I'd take my money and I'd get me a 12K synthetic, because I've got all the way to 8. But I'd get me a 12K synthetic, and I'd be finished. It's the play that I like. Seeing what they do, what the different stones and the different combinations will do. And I would encourage you, if you're new to honing, if you're an old hand at honing, whatever, think outside the box. Take the things that you have, the stones that you have, and use them in different ways. Combine them. See what they'll give you. Even if you think, well, you know, that's really not going to do a whole lot, you never know. Give it a shot. I mean, I've done shobu after the caudicle quite a bit, and I've got really good results. I wonder, and I may do at a later date, shobu, and then a few laps on a caudicle with like plain water, just to see, because the shobu gives a sharper edge than the caudy does. But maybe there's a happy medium between the two. Let me rinse this. That I've not experienced yet. Using a caudicle after a shobu. So, I mean, that kind of thing, that kind of thinking. And I'm trying to wait and see if I feel this stone getting grabby. But so far, that's not happening. If it does, I'm going to play a little bit more and see. If it does, good. If it doesn't, good. I'll just take what I get out of it and see. That's the whole point. And it is starting to grab just a slight bit. Nothing. There we go. That's more like it. All right. Very nice. Very nice. Let's see. Let's glass it just to see what it looks like. Beautiful, hazy, smooth, hazy kind of Jnat finish. think that I got a bit more, and I'm just taking the tape off right now and trying to make sure there's no glue stuck. I'm going to strop. I won't know till the shave, but the edge feels real good. The HHT, when I can get the hair right, works just, it's nice. So we will see. I will try to do a shaving video with this. The first one will be this conical edge with this raising a slurry with that Tomo. I'm fixing to shave that here in just a few minutes. And then we will shave this another day. But now, you also understand, I might have got a bit keener of an edge coming off of cloth and then leather too. All of those things can make a difference in my experience, but you don't need anything but leather. You can see with this razor, it's cutting hairs just fine. The edge is nice. I really believe it's going to be a really nice smooth shave. And but all of those things, you want to play around with stones. You want to play around with strops, because I tell you, some razors like different material better. I have this strop. I've got several strops, and some of them I bought, some of them were given to me, some of them I made, that kind of deal. Okay, and some strops, some razors, like my cloth back, the cloth back on my Tony Miller. The other, some of them like the fire hose cloth on my Gentleman's Edge strop. Some of them like that slick leather. Some of them like I've got another kind of leather that's almost got a pebbly like surface. Some of my razors like them better. Everything that you do with a razor's edge, because it's so thin and because it's so delicate, can make a difference in how that razor shaves. And I would encourage you to play with everything that you've got and just see what you get. Sometimes you'll be disappointed. Sometimes you'll find stuff that just blows your mind. So play. Don't forget to play. God bless you. Later.